morning. So as we get ready to start writing our college essay, there's a couple of things we have to go over. First, whenever we write, we need to remember that we don't do one and done, which means we don't just sit down and type it and then be done. Okay, we need to revise and we need to edit. Okay, so now part of the problem is that we can do the speech to text. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll speech to text and then we'll hand it in. Well, the problem is that a lot of times there are errors when we do that. Speech to text is fine, but you need to go back and you have to edit. So we're going to practice editing, and revision is a separate thing. So editing is like potholes in the road. Okay, so if we're trying to get from point A to point B, we can't get there very easily if there are potholes in the road and we're swerving around. But once we fix the potholes, we can get to where we're going, and we can improve like the different routes we're taking, the different roads, and we can actually improve the roads that we're driving on. So the potholes are the nuts and bolts, those editing things, and then the revision are the curbside appeal. Okay, so today we're going to focus on editing. So if you look at this worksheet, and you have until Friday to do this, and I think I made a copy for everybody, so you don't have to make a copy. But what you're going to do first is you're going to look through here and find all of the errors you have to fix. Okay, so you shouldn't start sentences with for, and, or but. Don't use personal pronouns like you, us, we, our, anything that includes the reader. Avoid and change all the dead words. Any words in this box need to be changed. They're boring and they are way, way overplayed. Okay? Spelling errors, including homophones. So something like there, and there, like we've been practicing in the dailies, which I haven't given you in, I think, 3 weeks. Make sure it's all written in past tense. It'll just be easier. You can write in present tense if you want. But you have to remember then the whole essay has to be in present tense. Make sure it's punctuated correctly. So titles of books are going to be in italics, that's slanty writing, and then titles of like poems or short stories, are going to be in quotes. Don't use absolutes, okay? Like never, always, all, every, because rarely does that actually apply. And there are words that fit that better, that are going to be more explanatory, which is what we want. Avoid contractions like can't, won't, things like that. I'm not saying you can't use them. What I'm saying is we use them too often, and it weakens our essay. And it makes our essays seem maybe a little bit lazy, and maybe a little bit less formal. And when we're writing a college essay, we absolutely do not want that. You want to make sure that you fix all run-ons, comma splices, and fragments. So that's going to be a little bit harder to do because we haven't gone over that. So what you want to do is you want to make sure there's no comma that's separating two sentences. And you want to make sure there's not two sentences put together with nothing in between them. So there's 2 ways to fix that. You can put a semicolon where it is, or where's the comma, you can put what's called a fanboys. Fanboys are a type of conjunction. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. So that spells out fanboys, okay? So it would be a fanboys plus a comma. That would be how you would fix it. The other way is by putting a period, but when you do that, you make the risk of making your writing sound choppy. So yes, there is a third way, but it's the less preferred way. And then the last thing, and I accidentally skipped this, is the subject is plural. You want to make sure that your verb is plural, okay? So those are the major things that you're going to look for. Now, what I've done is I've written this essay out, and I've written it out each sentence as its own sentence. So you're not going to see it in essay form. You're going to see it in 1 sentence, 2 sentence, 3 sentence, okay? And then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to highlight the error. Then you're going to explain why it's wrong, what's wrong with it, and then you're going to fix it with any other color, okay? Please make sure you highlight in yellow. Some of you guys get really creative with your colors, and it makes it really hard to see. So if you highlight in that dark blue, I would prefer if you did it in yellow. Okay? So let's do the first one together. The first one says, the first time I stepped on stage, I knew it is my destiny to be an actress. Okay, so we have a couple of errors here, right? Every sentence has an error. Okay, so we have the first time I stepped on stage. Stepped is past tense. But then I have, I knew it is my destiny. Is actually present tense. So I've shifted my tense. So I'm going to highlight that. And then underneath that, I'm going to write down shift in verb tense should be past tense. And then what I'm going to do is rewrite that part of the sentence. I knew it was my destiny. Okay, and then I wanted to change this to any color I want. I'm going to go with red. Okay, and so then I have the two things I need, or the three things I need. I have it highlighted, I have it explained why, and if you want to highlight that in yellow, great, because that'll help me see it. And then I have how to rewrite it, how it should be. So let me make sure nothing else is wrong. The first time I stepped on stage, I knew it was my destiny to be an actress. Okay, I've got that correction. So now, number 2, I am sweating bullets as I took my first steps on the stage. We have the same problem here. I took my first steps, I am. So, am, we're going to highlight that because we know that's where the error is. And then we are going to, and you can just write it right after the sentence. You can write verb tense agreement should be in past tense. And we would write, I was sweating bullets. Okay, so here I'm going to highlight what the error is. And then here I'm going to do it in a different color, how it should be replaced. And then I'm going to go, I am sweating bullets. I'm going to go up to format, text, and I'm going to do a, hold on, let me move myself here. Okay, I'm going to do format, and I'm going to strike through that so I know that I need to correct that. Okay? And then up here, you would also want to do the same thing with, I knew it was my destiny. Format, text, format, text, strike through. So I know that that's what you're correcting. Okay? So you're going to do that for the rest of the essay. There's 23 sentences. And I also need you to do the word count, okay? Because the prompt says, an event that changed your life. Word count 300 to 500 words. So the way we do word count, let's say I want to do the word count right here, is we go to the underline, or we highlight it, okay? And we go to, let me find it here, always right here under tools, you'll go to word count, and it's going to tell you that is 54 words. So that tells me this is 54 words. So we want to make sure we're within that actual limit. So you want to put somewhere how many words are in there. Okay? So that's how you're going to do this sheet. Now, because there's so many steps where you gotta look at what's wrong, keep going back and forth, all that. It is due Friday, and because I gave you the extension so that you can do your brainstorm number 4 or 5, whichever the times of our life is, because I gave you an extension on that, this is due Friday, and the times of our life is due tomorrow. Okay? So I hope that helps. Let me know if you need help. Thanks. Bye.